Hello everyone, this is Rolande, and this is a new series we're gonna be doing. It's called Understanding the Bible with Rolande, and we will upload this every Wednesdays and Sundays. So if it's a Wednesday or Sunday, you know this is gonna be the Bible series. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the Bible and we're gonna try to understand it. We're gonna read Bible and try to get a better understanding of it. So we're gonna read all these words and see how what is revealed to us, what we understand, what we don't understand. I don't know everything, so we're gonna be learning together. So we're just gonna go through it. Depending on how long it is, we may read it or we may just summarize it and different things. So let's go. We're going to start with Genesis 1, of course, the beginning. And it says, and this is the New King James Version. Different times we may switch so we could get a better understanding of different things. We may switch to a different version, but we're going to read the New King James Version. So the title says the history of creation. So, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. So, yeah, I guess they have earth as round, they're able to see it, that is, earth is round. So it most likely didn't have that at first. And it said the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the water. The Spirit of God. So God is a spirit. He's a spirit. Okay? He can take human form, but God is a spirit. That's why it says in John, you're supposed to worship him in spirit and in truth. So at that time there was nothing. There was at the time, so it says he's hovering on the face of the earth. There was water and there was earth, but I guess stuff was not in its place at the time. So God said, let there be light. So there wasn't even light. So there he said, let there be light. And God saw the light and it was good. And he divided the light from the darkness. And he called the light day, and he called the darkness night. And then the evening and the morning were the first day. So when it's evening and morning, then you have one day. Then God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. The firmament means the heavens, the sky. That's what the firmament means in this version. And then he divided the waters. He divided the waters under the firmament. Which were divided from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. So thus God made the firmament, because it wasn't there, and then he divided the waters which were under the firmament, and from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and morning were the second day. So, however it was back in those days, there was not even a sky. So God put all these stuff in place. Then he says, let the waters of the heavens be gathered together in one place, and let the dry line appear. So everything was just most likely water everywhere. It probably was land, but it was not separated. So he separated them. And so the dry land appeared. So the dry land was in a place, and the waters was in a place, like how we have it now. And then of course, we have the water, seas, and then the earth. Then he said, let the earth, since there was the earth, he said, let it bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in its fruit. So we know that vegetables don't usually have seeds, and fruit usually have seeds inside of them. So this comes from the Bible. That differentiation that we have learned in classes and science class, it came from the Bible, as you can see. And the earth brought forth grass and yields seed according to its own kind. So it was different kinds of fruit and grass and different things like that. And then God saw it was good. And then that evening and morning was the third day. So the third day he made fruits and vegetables and different things, grass, different things like that. And the second day, that's when he made the seas. Well, he separated the waters from the earth, so it could be separate from what it was. And then he made the sky. He actually made the sky. First day, there was light. So that's what happened. Just going through. And he said, let there be lights in the firmament. So there wasn't lights in the sky. And then he divided the day from the night. And then there came and let them be for signs and seasons and for days and years. So it was stuff that was put in place so that you can see, that was seasons, days, and years. Because, at that time, now we have calendars, but at that time they didn't have those things. So there he put light, and then of course he made a greater light, two great lights. So there was a great light to rule the day, which is morning, and then the lesser light, which rules the night, which we call night. And then he made stars and different things like that in the sky to rule for the night, because that's what brings light at night, the stars. But now, as if you can, certain places that you live in the cities, there are so many lights, you rarely can see stars in certain places. Certain other places, that's what that in the cities. In certain cities, they have so much lights. They have street lights. They have those skylights, the condominiums, and different things. So you really is dimming out the stars, so you really can't even, sometimes you can't even see stars at all. But there are other places and other states and stuff like that where they don't have all those things. The stars are the light. So when I was growing up, it was like when I was growing up in the Bahamas, we didn't have a lot of street lights. So we saw the beautiful stars, but some people don't experience that, because there's so much lights. So, and that was the fourth day. And then that the waters abounded up, and then he started making creatures for the water, creatures for the earth, like birds for the earth and different things like that. And he made sea creatures and living things according to their kind. Winged bird according to its kind. And God saw it was good. And he said, and he blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply. So be fruitful and multiply. So make more of you guys. And fill up the sea and multiply on the earth and different things. So he made living creatures, every living thing, birds, sea creatures, and different things. And that was the fifth day. And God brought forth living creature, cattle, This time he brought cattle, creeping things, beasts of the earth, lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my, that's what God did. Um, yeah, and then God saw it was good. I think this is still the fifth day. This is also still the fifth day. And then now in 26, he said, then God said, let us. He's talking to people. Let us make man in our own image, according to our likeness. So a lot of people have problems, because Trinity is not in the Bible. Trinity represents, the Father, which is God, the Son, which is Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Spirit of God. All of them are one. So all of them are one. And Trinity only means three, which it is three. That's all it is. Trinity only means three. Yes, it's not in the Bible, but it just means three. And it is three of them, and they are one and the same. Okay, because you have to meet people where they are. So how I can explain it if God give me another revelation, but a whole pizza, and it had different slices in the pizza, but it's a whole pizza. It's one pizza. They are one and the same, but the different slices may be different, different sizes and different things like that, but it's one in the same pizza. So God is that whole, God the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, that whole pizza, but when you separate them, is different slices, but they're the same person. Sometimes it's very difficult to understand, but that's the way I could explain it for now. Like I said, we're learning together. I don't know everything, so that is the way I can explain it for now. So that one whole pizza and it's different slices, but it's one pizza. It's that one pizza. So, I'm not saying God is pizza, but that's just, explaining it in that sense. But God made man. He didn't make anything else. He made man, us, and not man, the man. He made mankind. Because if you go to different versions, it says mankind. So that means woman, and that means man. All of us, children, different stuff. He made mankind in his image, in his way. Even though he's spirit, but we were made in his image. Okay? So, and he gave us dominion over everything on the earth. Every cattle, everything in the sea, every creeping thing. God had gave, Adam at the time, dominion, and we were supposed to, of course, inherit that dominion. But, sin entered, and we have lost that dominion. That's why we don't have dominion over certain animals anymore because of sin. So God created man in his own image. Now you see how it, even though at the beginning it says, let us make man in our image, he was talking to the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. But he said, so God created man in his own image, because remember, they are one and the same. They are one and the same. And he created him male and female. He created two sexes, male and female. That's what God created. And he created them. Then he blessed them. And God said to them, be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish and every living thing that moves on the earth. So that's what we're reading from the Bible. God created a male and a female. That's what he created. Because, the female is from the male. And God said, see, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the fruit of the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed to you. It shall be fruit. Also so he's talking to mankind, which was only Adam at that time. And and also to every beast of the earth, to every bird, and to everything that creeps on the earth in which there is life. I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. Then God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good, because everything was in place. So everything was everything was good. But when everything came together, came in place, he said it was very good. Even us, mankind, he said we were very good. Who told you you wasn't good? Because God said we were very good. And everything worked together as he created them to work together. You know, but some people, you may not be good for real because of stuff that you've been doing and different stuff. But you can always go back to your creator who said that you were very good, and he can make you very good again, even though you may not be good in whatever sense. But sometimes we have been conditioned to think that we are not good at all, you know, by certain stuff. Some people who are good, you're good if you're good in a sense. But some people, you've been conditioned from birth that you are no good sometimes for no apparent reason. But God said we all are very good. Sometimes stuff happens to us and then we become, I guess, tainted, we change. But you can go back to your creator and he can make you very good, because that's the only way for you to be good. I don't know no other way. We may try to be, in our power, but we're not able to do that because we don't know how to be good. But God has the ability to make us very good. Not even good. He has the ability to make us very good. So this was Genesis 1 that we went through. So first day he said, let there be light. And then there was night. And then there was day. Then he made the skies, and he made the skies, and he divided the waters from that sky. And then that was the second day. Okay, second day he did that, and plus he, made the waters appear and then the dry land appear. So that was still the second day. Third day he made, all the grass and the fruit trees and vegetables and different things like that. That was third day. On the fourth day that's when he made the stars, and then he had the light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the light. And then he made signs for seasons and days and years. And on the fifth day, that's when he made, all the living creatures. He made creature parts like insects and different stuff, birds, sea creatures and different things like that. And he also made, that fifth day, he also made cattle and beasts and different things. And then on the sixth day, that's when he made man. He made mankind. At that time, he only made, of course, Adam. And later on, Eve is going to come into play. And then when he saw everything that he made, he said it was very good. And then I guess maybe in Genesis 2, where we'll see on the seventh day he rested. So this was all I have for today. If you have any questions, you could drop it down in the comments, and we'll see you again on Sunday. So every Wednesday, every Sunday, we're going to go through the Bible, okay? And we're going to try to understand it together, because there's things I don't understand, things I may need help on, things you may not, things you may need help on. We're going to work together. So bye, and see you in another video.